It's not about, but maybe it's a bit scary or whatever, but it's, we need new people to deal with this stuff. And the right people. The right people to be able to deal with it. Katie and William. And, I want them to not, be the Queen. I want them to be able to show us, do the programme that they used to do many years ago, but the Queen blocked it, where they're just showing you them having the breakfast, watching a bit of TV, just doing a little bit of normal family everyday things. And this is how families will come back together. If other families see Katie and William going to church with their children, doing the things that people do in church, singing, dancing, the children are running around like we used to do when I was a kid when we used to go to church. And we see them type of things on the telly. People see them things on the TV. Then that's how families start to come back together. That's how Christian life comes back together. Because more people would like to go. Other families will say, oh, they're doing it. We can do that. Other people on their own would do that. And then when the country's safe enough for people to go out, because the country ain't safe.
Statistic from the government was more about the 83.2% of the teaching profession within state-funded schools in England being white, portrayed as a national disaster.
Yeah, because not
now,
white.
This may sound a far cry from the immediate risks of terrorism, but people cause acts of terrorism, and so surely how they are brought up and educated has a huge impact on all of this. But I doubt our woke educationalists are too bothered, because no one's even asking questions at this sort of level. In fact, they seem to revel in producing an output unbalanced and skewed in the favour of anything non-British, and an output that is quite happy to use whatever means they can, including violence, to achieve their anti-UK aims. And you get an idea about how long this has been going on when you see crowds of wrinkly gammons attending pro-Pally marches and supporting the violent and now proscribed group Palestine Action. Yes, wrinkly gammons supporting anti-UK policies. They sit there like wobbly blancmanges in their protests, don't they? Waiting to be arrested. Now that's what I call being indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Not just by their educational past, but also by the nation-destroying mass media of the BBC and the like that they avidly
consume. And Sadiq Khan's involved with that.
In fact, I would say that a large part, if not the greater part, of the threat to our futures comes from within.
The BBC,
something we need to speedily deal with. Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our channel membership and Patreon supporters.
Very good. And this is disgusting. And then they're just going to lie to us anyway. They're just lying. Yes, we do need the British Army on our streets, yes.
People in the UK right now are upset, they're fearful, they're frustrated, and they are angry. A feeling that the country has slipped out of their hands. The trust in Starmer, in the Labour Party, has completely collapsed.
All of them.
And from the news I'm hearing, it's even looking like the MPs around him have lost faith and trust in him.
The only faith I've got left is William and Harry.
But do we need the military on the streets and the borders
There's a few
of the
other
UK?
people.
We're going to cover this
I've got faith in these people, mate.
What does it mean to be British?
That can, if they could get this together by the time of
and
this.
how we need to remain positive.
I was going to say,
keep the fight going. Obviously, non-violently. So many issues in the UK right now. The biggest one that everyone is talking about is the British borders. We've got people coming in through trucks, and the majority of them coming in on small boats crossing the English Channel. Like we've just got open borders.
We've got to stop
Everyone
people coming in the country.
Anybody. And the British public are not happy about it. We cannot sustain it And they worry for the safety
English,
of their children,
not
their family, their friends, and their colleagues.
On
Crime
visas,
is
on
rising.
any visa.
We know that for sure.
We don't
Especially
I don't
in
want
the major
legals, I don't want
cities.
visas,
Videos are constantly out there
in the country, mate.
of knife attacks,
Like
people with machetes and swords. Sexual assaults are constantly happening
and
to our
Sadiq Khan
daughters,
just told us to
our
calm
mums,
down. He's just
our
lying,
friends
innit?
and our families. Women just do not feel safe walking down the street.
We don't.
At night or even in the broad daylight. The migrant hotels. The British people just want to be heard
campground in Bury now.
First. It is their country.
I don't go out the house, mate. The only time I go out the house is go get my shopping.
You come from, your gender,
I go back
your race, your religion. If you are British, if you are living
I used to
in
go
Britain,
out. I can't even go see my sister because I've got to get buses to
everyone.
town
We
to
want our voices
Manchester.
heard and we want our safety.
I don't want to. I don't want to go on the bus to town. I don't want to go on the train. Well, the trams. I don't want to go on any of it because I don't know.
Everything is just going up weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly. You watch your food bill go up. Your energy
every
costs
week.
go up.
Every week.
Fuel.
Every day you go to. Every time I go to Asda.
Ridiculous amounts.
Every time I go somewhere, it's gone up. There is no fresh
food
in England anymore.
The government doesn't understand.
We're just complicit to go to Asda in the supermarket where they're killing us.
What people are fighting for. Why
I want my fruit veg shop back. I want my butchers back.
Racism,
I want my fish shops back. I want my little high streets back that we used to have. We used to go to the butchers when we used to go to the veg shop. We did. They used to have cake shops and sweet shops and things as well.
Society,
not all the things were there. All of it.
You should all be proud to live here and raise the flags. And it feels
I'm
like
not just raise the flags, mate, but we want to live here properly.
So
we could go to a proper shop and get proper food, fresh food. We don't want food from
Poland. There's always going to be a
Poland.
few that gets through.
And it's all
But the
mushed
issue is the
and
numbers
manky.
that are coming through are
We want our
unsustainable.
farmers back. We
because
want our
we're not
fresh fruit
returning
pickers
them
back. We want our
at even
fruit
close
pickers
enough to
back.
the
We want
same
fresh
rate that they
food. We
are
want fresh
rising.
food.
The process is
We want
slow.
fresh fish.
It's
We're
long.
surrounded by
We've
the
got
fucking
solicitors,
sea.
the appeal process.
And we shouldn't have to pay about oil.
People just want to know
Human
that
rights.
they feel safe
But we want
and
human
secure
rights.
in their own country, in their
own home.
communities. And with that,
And in their own home.
they want
Mate, people are not safe in our... You're not safe in your own home.
Stop defunding the police.
Mate, we're not
Make
safe in
sure
our
they're
own home.
doing their job. They're arresting the
girls
actual,
being stabbed in their own home to death.
Instead
People being stabbed in their own home.
going and arresting or speaking to people for stupid crimes.
Crimes, like
free
speech. It's going to
Let's
say...
get more police on the street.
I'm sorry.
Let's
it's
prevent these
racist.
knife
It's not
crimes.
against the law. I've
Let's
said
prevent
it's not
possible
against the
car
law.
runs.
It's
And
not
you
very
have to
nice,
get the
but it's not
military in.
against the
And I know a
law.
lot of soldiers will not like that out there because they don't want to lose their leave. They're most probably working enough as it is, but it's about protecting our country as well. You sign the oath to the king or queen, to the king recently, protect the country.
Yeah, well, he's not done it protecting his oath, mate. The problem is, if that is no one's going to protect shit. You see, he's signed the oath with the king and he's lying.
Presence on our streets.
It's the king that should be dealing with the veterans, like I've said before.
Putting more funding to the public services. Stop sending foreign aid and fund the police, the paramedics, the ambulance service.
Yeah, mate, I watched something last night and this police dog, the police, where's the police dogs gone?
Doesn't have to be full kit, could be
where are the police dogs gone to be chasing these criminals? Where are the police dogs?
Maybe body armour. You know, just
where are our police dogs? I mean, I'm not happy with that because the police dogs are fucking needed.
The
police dogs are needed.
And on the French
they are definitely needed. Dogs are needed.
Have a
lot.
Don't just
that should be one thing the police should be paying for.
First.
It's a dog.
When it comes to housing.
I was going to say the first thing the police, as well as training.
When it comes to food. When it comes to
everything.
Hundreds of people having an issue of possibly asylum hotels. They are saying they do not feel safe.
No, and we need to get rid of them.
They do not feel safe.
No, it's not about being racist. I'm not racist. I never will be.
Instead of fighting them on it. Fix the cost of living. Tell the energy companies.
They won't fix the cost of living, mate, because they know what? They should have built an oil refinery in the southern Irish Sea.
Lower the taxes on fuel.
No, they won't, because they should have built an oil refinery. Now they've sold us down the river to Qatar, Saudi Arabia or something.
And our heritage.
And China.
But what is British culture
China.
traditions.
We should be going to war with fucking China.
Decent and honest. The foundation of British identity. It's about everyone respecting the rule of the law.
But they don't.
No extremism, no mob rule. Just
but King Charles, this is the point, mate. But we can't, because King Charles and they don't.
Community spirits. Look at the pictures from after World War II. The Falklands, the First Gulf War, the way we come together in Afghanistan and Iraq. People lying in the streets with their flags, having parties in the streets.
But
when do you ever see that anymore? Knocking on your neighbour's door.
Yeah.
Can I have a bit of sugar, please?
Yeah, you can't do none of that anymore.
I need a quick tea bag. I need a cup of tea.
You can't do that. I can't go. There's nowhere for me to go for a chat anymore. There isn't anyone to go for a chat to anymore in the country.
Being able to raise your flag without the fear of it being torn down or you being arrested, or being told that you may upset someone else because you've raised the flag of the country.
Or you said something somebody don't like.
History in our armed forces. Be proud of what they do for us, what they have done.
I'm proud of my granddad.
No one should be ever talking about
I'm proud of my granddad, what they've done.
Dropping numbers.
I'm not just proud of my granddad. I'm not having nobody putting my granddad down. My granddad fought for this country. My granddad's done a lot more than any of us lot been, since my granddad.
Yes, that is not wanted.
Even me dad and that. He's done a lot more than any of us.
Give your opinion. Your opinion is not always going to be liked by
he's a hero, my granddad.
You're always going to have the left, you're always going to have the right, you're always going to have someone that thinks different to you.
I love my granddad, my granddad's my hero.
Give your opinion and have a little debate about it. Restoring public
out your mum and dad and everybody else in the family of anyone, my granddad
stability and security in the UK. And just basic common sense.
Everything.
But you just don't see that anymore. Then you've got our Christian heritage and holidays.
Just because not here, he's still here.
Everyone has to be Christian.
To me, he's still here to me.
Is this what Britain was?
Because he's telling me, he guides me with this stuff.
So when it comes to Christmas, Easter,
my granddad guides me with stuff.
It's being able to say,
and King Charles doesn't, mate. King Charles hasn't done that.
All over the
no, and he's not doing, because they're banning it, because we're not safe.
If you're living in Britain, just adopt our sort of British cultures, our British celebrations, but also do your own as well. That's fine, but don't take ours away. And then you've got,
and then we can celebrate theirs as well.
Down to the pub after a long walk.
But we can celebrate their culture as well as we can celebrate ours.
Family values
and they can celebrate ours.
We are a community-based.
They can celebrate ours as well, and we can celebrate theirs.
We love helping each other.
I like celebrating Ramadan. I quite like Ramadan in some ways. Not all of it. I don't agree with everything, but I like the food, and it's like a bit like Christmas to me with that.
Stabbings.
That's what I mean. I'm not interested in the violent parts of
border security.
I'm talking about the food of it. It's a bit like Christmas. You get, it's the same. You get your ups and downs. You get your nice parts.
The possible tax
the corruptions.
The
corruption's got to stop because the corruption's gone too far.
You need to remain positive. That's once again what we do, being British.
And we have to block all the borders up, mate. And that's what we need to do.
Always have that sense of humour, that pride, and that mental ability to continue to stay happy and go on.
And go on and still be happy, yeah.
You speak to any foreign nation that's worked with British soldiers, they will always say their sense of humour and the way they act under pressure and hostile situations, they always conduct themselves professionally and with a smile on their face.
Yeah. So even the police do that. The police are good as well. I mean, the police are being shit, but the police are good in their own ways. I mean, that's the point. The services are good in some ways. They are good in a lot of ways. But also the services are also letting things down in a lot of ways. It's a very...
But we stay positive.
It's very unbalanced.
Don't let the negativity affect you.
But don't let it affect us.
What it means to be British. And do we need the military on the streets?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
Might not need the government to be sort of in and out by the military.
We need them to go to the borders, mate. We need them on the border. We need a bit on the street and some on the borders.
to our people.
I don't know if we need the military as such. I think we need the military more on the borders.
Who might be able
I think
to do
the
that?
police need the dogs back. They need the police dogs back. They need other protections back that they could be allowed to be using.
Should we see the military in control?
If there is a certain situation, to me, if someone's got a knife,
who do you think can provide
if they get told someone's got a weapon, then the police officer, unfortunately, they need to send in someone with a gun.
And if you want to continue to
if someone's got a weapon, I don't care what weapon it is, they've got a weapon,
you can check out,
then they need to send in people with a gun. Police with a gun. Maybe that they need police officers. But this is the point with this gun thing with police officers. It's just the fact that some of it is won't and some of it won't be won't. It's a weird thing to say. This is what I mean. It's really weird to think, right, do we need the army? Yeah, maybe.
And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day for the Labour Party.
Oh, yeah.
And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is a big day for the Labour Party as it unveiled plans to reform the asylum system within the United Kingdom. However, it is not going down well with the Labour backbenchers.
It's not going down well with me because it won't work. It's just talking bullshit.
Crisis. Now, last week we spoke of the civil war that is erupting within inside the Labour Party. A lot of Labour politicians don't want Keir Starmer as their leader. Of course, we've seen the situation.
Oh, they don't want him.
Last week, but
they don't want him now either.
Clive
so
Lewis
they don't
come
want
out
him in.
and call for his resignation and want to see him replaced by Andy Burnham. And we've also heard from sources that Angela Rayner is eyeing a bid to get back into Parliament.
I think I'd have Andy Burnham more than Angela Rayner.
Of the Labour Party. It's all falling apart within
I think I'd have Andy Burnham. I mean, he's not much cop, but he's a bit better than Angela Rayner.
Things over the edge. Now,
I'd say he's a lot better than Angela Rayner, actually. No, me fair and square, Andy Burnham or Angela Rayner. Andy Burnham.
I think Labour could be doing a lot more.
Because Angela Rayner's a bitch. No, she's a fucking bitch. I can't stand her. The ginger bitch. She's let the country down. She's gone. She's a fucking traitor to the country. That's it. She's a traitor and that's it.
Don't think this is a good idea. They like open borders. And Keir Starmer is certainly feeling the brunt of this force. As always,
the backbenchers like the open borders, yeah, and he's feeling the brunt now.
But first, please do
but Shamir Moo got it what it takes. I don't think she has. We'll see.
The state of this country.
We'll see. Maybe she might have a bit of what it takes to crack down on it. Maybe because she came here as an immigrant, not an illegal immigrant. Maybe she needs to get that into her fucking head. Maybe if Shamir Moo gets the difference of illegal immigrant to immigrant, then that's where she might crack it. She could do. If she gets that part right, then she might crack it. But if she doesn't get that part right, then she won't be cracking it. I can tell you that now.
The plan includes banning 3
if she doesn't get that part right, then she will not crack this.
Visas if they fail to take back illegal migrants. Tony Vaughan, MP
I was going to say, I'm going to say, this is what I'm saying about the illegal migrants and immigrants.
The idea that recognised refugees need to be deported is wrong. We absolutely
no, but they're not refugees. These people are illegal migrants. So I am on her side. If she is going to say the ones that come in the country illegally are illegal, then that's where she might win. She might be able to deal with that part. If she can deal with that part, no, if she can get that in her head, that they're illegal and she's a migrant,
in response to his post,
then that might do her some good.
Commented, Tony Vaughan is one of the new MPs elected for the Labour Party.
I mean, I've got to give something to something. I'm not just going to criticise her all the way. I mean, there'll be little parts of it I might be on her side. If she can get that in her head, then
parliamentary Labour parties.
That's what.
He's not the only one.
He's at least needed. Yeah, but what's at least needed is for someone in the Labour Party to realise that these people that are coming in illegally are illegal, and then there is immigrants. There is people that have migrated here from war, their parents and this lady and whatever, from, properly. There's people that have come on visas that have now the visas have run out, this, that and the other. Right? But we're not at the moment, I'm gonna say, let's deal with one thing only first. And that's one thing, blocking the border and then the illegal immigrants. The illegal, well, that's not really enough yet, because that's only a quarter of it. Because there's still be a lot in the country, right? But once you've got them two things sorted out, once them two things have been sorted, the borders have been blocked, and then the illegal, then they get the illegal immigrants, the people that have come in illegally on them boats out of the country. I'm going to say all the ones that come on a boat out, gone. I don't care. All the ones that come on a fucking boat are gone. Then we'll crack down on people that have come in other ways illegally. That's what I was going to say. Then we'll come down onto the place where people have come in on lorries. People have come in on other ways. Then, like you're saying, right, then, illegally in other ways, like, let's say, on lorries and things. Then we'll come and crack down onto people that have got visas, that are, their visas have run out and they shouldn't now be in the country.
I think you look at. I actually used to work with Matt many years ago.
With the jail, because we want to clear anybody that should be in our jails, that should be in another country, like this person that killed them in Southport, the one that did that with the bombing in Manchester Arena. He should be in this country, he should go back to Iraq or wherever he came from. Wherever they were born, wherever their parents were born, we send them back. Yeah, I don't care, they're a freaking hardcore criminal, and their parents and their family need to go back to their own. We need to send them back.
Absolutely does show in terms of the noises being made here, in terms of the restrictions, the limiting appeals, family rights.
And no family rights, no family rights, there is no rights. If you take someone's life away, you don't get no rights.
To chipping away at one of the biggest electoral issues we have in this country. But the more
if someone murders someone, you don't get any rights.
This is going to open up real wounds in this Labour government and party when she has to turn around to MPs and get them to vote for this ultimately. It could be something similar to the stuff we saw with welfare.
Yeah.
Because if they brought this in a year ago, the Labour government, where they had
why didn't
tons
they?
of good and all these wounds and briefings.
Why didn't they do this before they came into Labour? Why did they set this up before they came in?
This is a Labour government now that is factional, that is split, that is,
They should have done this before they came into power. They had time to do it before then.
They're all, leadership challenges, getting ready and probably courting those back.
You know what I mean?
The more I think about it, the tougher, as tough as this all sounds, I think there's going to be a struggle to get the support for it.
Yeah.
And then what does that do politically? That becomes even more toxic for the Labour government, and then we'll watch on and go, this government's dysfunctional.
Well, Nadia Whittam's already calling it racist, isn't she, when we were first talking about these Danish style
rules? Racist again, here we are. Sick of hearing that.
Can I just ask you about
sick of hearing human rights and
racist? The papers today.
No,
reportedly on
there is none.
To
no such thing.
To unseat the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
It's discrimination. No one's discriminating anyone.
MPs apparently
what we're doing is we can't take no more.
Yeah, of course
we're shutting the border. We're stopping anybody coming in any way, by any channel or any means into the country. Unless they're British and English.
Was that 8 months ago?
Unless they're definitely from Britain, unless their parents have been born on the British Isles, which is Scotland, Wales and Ireland.
Around that time for me,
or England, then nobody's coming in the country.
And the beginning of the end.
Nobody else is coming in the country. That's what we need to do. We need to block the borders, shut the borders, so nobody else can get in.
Administration is done. It's out on its feet, and
then
that's why
we need to come inside the country.
Would probably fancy
the ones that are all from the hotels, every everyone that is from a hotel illegally.
Continuously during conference, you know,
there might be some that aren't illegal in the hotels as well. But everybody that is illegal in them hotels, gone. Deportation.
Listen,
take them out the hotels.
They sound really good.
Every last single one of them.
In yet, and we're looking at the Labour MPs being massively against it. That's why Labour, as a party,
I don't care what they do. Why don't they go to Pakistan, say, listen, you want an airport there? Why don't they build an airport there and build a city there?
To take over and push through the things.
Put them back there. Put them there.
Of liberal lefties, they are split. Big time, and
King Charles was wondering going on about them not going to Uganda
later today. But as always, guys, please do.
Well, they've got no third option to send anyone to,
and I'll see you all in
so none of that's going to work,
and
that's going to take a long time anyway for them to get that free. So that's just bullshit. That's not something they're going to do. They're not going to be able to do that.
The Home Secretary set to introduce some of the government's toughest measures, at least that's what she calls it, on illegal migration, with countries that refuse to take back failed asylum seekers or foreign criminals to face a total visa ban. And speaking this afternoon, the Prime Minister's spokesperson said the current pace and scale of illegal migration is out of control.
Thank you, please build jails. Well, you should please don't be building more jails here. We've got enough
Security
jails.
Editor Mark White, and
Right.
we've talked to you
There is
before,
enough
so the thing
jails.
is, we know so much about
there.
this now, we almost
There
don't
is
need
quite
to
a
listen.
lot of jails in England.
This important interruption is brought
With
to
a lot
you
of
by
room.
ExpressVPN.
Right.
Protect
What it
your
is
money
they've got
and
too
your
many
identity.
people here.
Click the link in the
So
description.
what they need to do is they need to do what I'm saying, is block the borders up, get the borders blocked so nobody else can come in the country on a visa or fucking illegally. Nobody else can come in the country on a visa or illegally, unless you're from England. Unless your parents are born from England, or Scotland or Wales or Ireland. So unless your parents are from the British Isles, nobody else can come to the country. Right? From a visa or anything else. Or illegally. They need to block the borders. The borders need to shut. And that's for everything. Yeah, but that's for everything at the moment. No more visas to anyone, anywhere, from anywhere, for a minute or two. I'm not saying that's going to be forever. What I mean is I'm going to say like a 2-year period, a 3-year period, 2-year period, where nobody else can get a visa. Nobody else can come into the country for 2 years. 2 years at least. And that's basically, so then that gives you 2 years, that gives 2 years to come inside the country to clear all the people out of the hotels, all the people out of the jails, out, deportation. Right? That they need to be deported with their families. Anybody that's in them jails that's raped anybody, done any radicalised stuff, that is not born on the British Isles, their family, their parents are not born on the British Isles, then they need to be deported back to their own countries of origins, wherever their country is, whatever country they are. And if we haven't got a country to deport them to, then they need to start building some jails or something there, so we can send them families to there, and them there, because we can't keep paying for them in England. You can't carry on. Then once the hotels and the jails are clear, we can then fill the hotels back up with the people that are on the streets that shouldn't be here. Then we can start to round them, put them into the jails. The people that should be in jail can start to be put in jail. Once we can start to round the people up, once we've got the jails clear, we can start to round the other people that should be in the jails. We can then fill the jail back up and then deport them. And so forth and so on. And once the country is basically, I'm going to say, to a percentage of a 30% to 20%, well, we need 80%, 70% gone. 70% of all these radicalised people and all these people that shouldn't be in the country, gone. 70%, so we've got 30% left. Then, in the meantime, while they're doing that, they can redo a new proper asylum seeking, proper visa system, a proper system for people to be able to come into the country. in the future. Now, I think that sounds fucking better than they're saying. Don't you think?
Expectation should the other elements of...
But they're just going to say bullshit.
Particular,
what this is going to be now is a load of bullshit.
Some Labour MPs...
Squangled now. They're going to squangle it now and start saying, oh, human rights.
Right now. And save up to 73...
I don't know.
Statement itself, but what will the reaction be, particularly from members of our own party? We've
well, they're
had
not
some
going to
Labour
like
MPs
it, are they, when they get deported to back to Pakistan like Sadiq Khan?
At this early stage. And there's no doubt there are aspects of what the Home Secretary is proposing here that they will find difficult to swallow. Those on the left of the party, in particular, the narrowing, for instance, of the parameters around Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights. That's the right to a family life. Shabana Mahmood just wants that to involve very close family members, i.e. a spouse, or a child. Other elements, of course, making asylum a temporary process. That there should be an expectation, should the situation improve in your home country, that you should return to that home country. There are many people that will say, you know, that those coming here, when they're here for any period of time, they settle, they put down roots, and that's of course how they can then claim, often under Article 8, the right to a family life and to be able to stay here. So there's lots of controversial aspects potentially to this. I'm not sure there's anything in what the Home Secretary has already pre-briefed out that in itself is going to make a significant difference. Everything taken in the round, I think the government hopes will have an impact, but even then they say there's no silver bullet, that it's all part of a wider process of trying to make a hostile environment for those who are crossing illegally into the UK, and to make it much more difficult to claim asylum for some of the benefits of being an asylum seeker in this country, not to be as generous as they have been in the past, such as accommodation.
Yes, the government appears to be trying to reduce the sliding scale of visa sanctions for the countries who refuse to take that. Their illegal migrants, escalates, we've been saying rights, family life, stop judges prioritising that, and all the rest of it. But the problem is, Mark, even if the government's saying they're going to do all these tough measures, and it does, in theory, would be reducing the pull factors, you have a lot of very left-leaning Labour backbenchers who, which we've seen previously, have kind of held the government to ransom and not allowed them to get these tough measures through, and therefore the watered-down measures won't make much of a difference when it comes to deterring illegal immigrants.
No, I think the biggest challenge here certainly could be trying to convince those rebellious backbenchers that this is a policy worth pursuing. As I say, we saw the absolute, you know, embarrassing climb down that the government was forced into when they were trying to make savings.
They're all embarrassing. Like King Charles, mate, he's embarrassing.
Had to make so many changes that effectively amounted to nothing in terms of savings that they were able to make. And if we get the same kind of rebellion this time around, it could be even more problematic, because this is an issue that is of such importance to people right around the country. Probably the #1 topic for many people right around the country is the issue of migration, and in particular illegal migration. It's strange that they see it putting on social cohesion in their communities, as well as the sort of the day-to-day impact of not being able to get, you know, the doctor's appointments, a place in school, and all of the above.
Every time you're online, your money and your identity are at risk.
And they're stopping my money, and I can't get a doctor's appointment. You know, I don't know what they're stopping my money for. I haven't done anything wrong. I can't get a doctor's appointment. But it won't stop their money, will they? It won't stop them coming in the country and take him out. You know. Right, well, thank you very much anyway from Caroline Poynton in Manchester Bury.